Good morning, everyone. My name is Christina Osborne, and my company is called the Property VA. So today is the first session of the Train and Hire VA Masterclass. There's lots of opportunities for everyone in 2022. All you need to do is show up. Really, that's it. So if you show up, you apply what you learn, and then you commit yourself to following the process and committing to the very end and attend and or watch the replays, then this is my promise, I will help you find a very good client to work for. Okay. I am going to start sharing my screen, and here's what I'll do so that we can start today's lesson. Lovely. Who has heard of Notion before, and who's already using Notion? I just want to see some hands in the room. I'll go, okay, because my favorite platform to use for my own clients, for myself, for the VAs is Notion. Let's just admit all. Okay. I find that it has the best features to use for collaboration. So all of today's lesson, as well as future lessons, everything will be on Notion. And I haven't prepared any slides because I'd rather just give all the lessons directly from Notion to everyone, okay? So the first thing I need you guys to do is to go into the chat box and type in your email addresses, because I want to invite you all to Notion, okay? So I will do that. I will send out the invitation at the end of today's class. So I know it will be evening, but by tomorrow morning, you will have received the invitation in your inbox. You will be invited as guests so that you can view the entire lesson. But also, most importantly, we will create an individual applicant workspace for you where you can submit your assignments, your homework, okay? Only those, and this is so important, only those who complete the assignment can be invited to the recruitment drive. This is my best way at this point. This is my best way to ensure that my brand, the Property VA, is bestowed, you could say, only to those deserving of upholding the quality that I want to control and promise to my clients. And secondly, my clients are assured that the brand, the tag, the name, the Property VA can only mean one thing, that these are really excellent, top class, high quality VAs that I'm showing to them, okay, that I'm giving to them. Right, there's just a little bit of housekeeping issues here, so I'm sorry guys. Let me stop sharing my screen for a bit. And I'll just pause the recording. Resume recording. Okay, so we've got here, this is the format of the masterclass. When you get invited to this page, you'll be able to see the Zoom link. It will be the same Zoom link today and for the next 8 weeks. This will be over 8 weeks. Each session will last approximately an hour and a half, but I do know that sometimes there's extra questions or there's extra interactions maybe, or issues, then it might spill to 2 hours, but I will try my very best not for it to spill over to 2 hours. So yes, so this will be the same Zoom link that you will use, okay? I did publish the bit.ly link, so it's easier to remember as well. So it's bit.ly, bit.ly / all caps TPVA Masterclass, okay? And then the class schedule, I'll just go over that with you now. So class schedule, we've got here, the complete module is over the complete masterclass, I'm sorry, is over 8 weeks. There are 4 basic modules that I will cover, and then 2 advanced modules. And each of these advanced modules will be spread over 2 weeks so that I cover one property VA system, which is property managed, property. There we go. Right, I know we're all working from home, so it's all forgiven, really, honestly, guys. And then we've got here the second TPVA system that you will all learn how to do and how to operate will be lead generation. And this is so crucial. I think this is the most exciting bit about being a property VA. It's lead generation, okay? And it's so cool because only property VAs will be able to learn how to do this. Okay, this is like a super industry specific lead generation tool that you'll all learn how to do. Okay, so again, 4 basic modules over the next 4 weeks, 2 advanced modules, each one covered 2 weeks. And then every time we finish a class, I'm going to take this as complete. All the schedules are here. What's going to happen after that is I will be running recruitment drives. So the first recruitment drive will not be until the first 8-week module is finished. And then it will be a recruitment drive every month after that. So I understand life takes over. We try our best to attend all of this and it doesn't happen, or we try our best to attend and submit the homework, but it doesn't happen. That's absolutely fine. You can still catch up in the next recruitment drive. Okay, so don't beat yourself up this year, guys. If there's one thing, don't beat yourself up, just build yourself up. Okay, that's one thing you can use as an intention for this whole year. Show up when you can, and when you do show up, do your best. And if you can't complete it, make sure that you don't beat yourself up. Instead, you build yourself up and come back to finish the module and come back so that you can attend the next recruitment drive. What's going to happen in between these recruitment drives? You can still attend the weekly catch-ups. So I'm going to still continue the weekly 11 a.m. UK time catch up for going over any of these modules. I think the hardest to probably pin down will be the TPVA systems, which means that between recruitment drives, so between February 26th and March 26th, I will be running on a weekly basis a touch-up or like a refresh or review of any of these modules, but predominantly I'll probably cover more of the TPVA systems. So even if in the first recruitment drive, you found yourself a client, fantastic, come back to me anyway on a weekly basis so that you know that you are applying the concepts and the systems as well as I want you to until you are super experts in that, okay? So I do want you guys to mind the schedule so that you know what's ahead and what you can join, but also try and show up to as many sessions as you can. Okay, there are some months that have week 5s. Okay, so generally there are 4 weeks to a month, but the month that there are a week 5, I will be inviting special guests. I won't say or won't publish until closer to the time. So for 2022, there are 4 special sessions that I'm going to publish and that I will invite you all to join. Again, I don't have an email list. Why don't I have an email list? Because I'm not selling you anything. I want you guys to join me. It's free. There's absolutely 0 barriers for you to join me. So just like and follow my Facebook page for details on how to join these special sessions, okay? So yes, we've got March, special session at the end of March, special session at the end of June, special session at the end of September. And December 29, I don't think that's a Thursday. I'm not too sure, but the special session is just like a get together, an inuman, if you like. Of course, please drink responsibly, but just a moment for us all to have fun and look back at the great year that was 2022, right? So let's set that intention today. 2022 is going to be a fantastic year for all of us. Let's just admit more more attendees. Here we are. So any questions so far, guys? Please type it in the chat box, and then I will get Angela later on to read out the questions to me. So great. So that is the class schedule. When I invite you onto the Notion board, you will get access. Let's just move this up. You will get access to each of these content here. So we've got, for today's session, it will be an introduction to the whole masterclass. It will also be the first topic that I will cover for today is mindset. I think before I teach anybody any skill when it comes to being a VA, or when it comes to property investing skills and all that, the first thing I really need to touch on is mindset. I can't stress that more than I can today. If you guys haven't got the right mindset, there's no sense in me teaching you how to operate the system, because you're not coming from the foundation and the outlook of, on the attitude of what I require all my VAs to have. Okay. After we do the mindset session, I will cover systems. So we'll cover systemization 101. And that's all about the basics of systemization, concepts of systemization, and why we need to systemize things. Why is that super important? Because some of you may already have VA experience. What typically happens is that you and the client, guess what? You both sometimes don't know what you're doing, right? You're waiting for the client to give you instructions. The client is frustrated. Why do I always have to give you instructions? Why can't you just do things? Well, of course, you can't just do things because you're the VA, you're the employee, you're the one waiting for instructions. Having a system means that you both are not waiting on each other. Having systems means that you can operate on a daily basis all the tasks that you need to do to carry out your role as a virtual assistant, and the client, who's a business owner, who's time poor, who has other things to look after, doesn't want to be bogged down by having to supervise you, by having to give you instructions all the time, and doesn't want the whole experience to be frustrating, really, right? The systems will take care of that. So again, we start with mindset because that's where we always begin. Once we have that down to pat, we move on to systems, because there's no point, again, in learning any skill for carrying out VA tasks if you haven't even got the system to begin with. It's like trying to bake cookies with all the ingredients in front of you, but you don't have the instructions to do so. You don't have the step one, the checklist, the settings to make sure that what you're baking comes out perfect. Okay, so that's what the system is going to be. And then third, this will be now getting to be more specific to being a VA for property investors. So if you attend week 3, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but I hope that you don't mind the challenge, because this is when you will really learn and apply skills very specific to clients who are property investors. And then week 4 is when we learn strategies and templates for carrying out lead generation activities for our clients. Okay, so lead generation is a business task that you need to know as a property VA, but it's such a big chunk of skills to learn that that I'm extracting it to a separate week so that we can have a dedicated week just to talk about strategies and templates. Okay. Then the 4 weeks after that, which is creating the actual systems, and these are skills that I want you all to be expert at the end of 4 weeks, is all of the things that you learn here in week 3, which is providing business support to property investors and to be lead generation VAs, is that you need to be able to create the system for that. Without a system, any skill that I'm going to be teaching you, the minute you work for a client, you will be lost. You'll be like, what was that again that Christina taught me? I want that to be not an issue for any of my VAs, okay? I want that to be, okay, I know exactly what I need to do. This is how I create the system, and this is how I will apply what Christina taught me in order to be able to perform my role and my duty as a VA for my property investor client. Okay, okay, here we go. Right, so what else? That is the class schedule. Okay, the third, not the fourth. The third format that I need to explain to you guys is attendance and class notes. Please, those who just joined the room, please, can you kindly put your email address in the chat box? Okay, so I'll just repeat, those who just joined the room, could you please put your email address in the chat box, because I will invite you to this masterclass, what do you call this? This masterclass workspace on Notion, so that you have access to all of the content of this masterclass in Notion. But also, more importantly, is that I will create, and I'll just open this. I will create a page for each one of you. Okay, as an example, I'll open this. So let's, on my screen here, I've got Mary Calves. So I will create a page for each one of you. This will be Mary Calves' page. This will be for her VA attendance and record page. Now, this is super important. I repeat, I don't have an email list. I do not want to create an email list because I do not want to send marketing emails to you guys, okay? That's not what I'm inviting you here. When I say this is free forever. This is not like free today and I'm gonna ask you to pay later on for some premium access. There will not be any premium access. This is literally free forever. So if you guys don't want to attend, or you're too tamad to like check when the next session is going to be, I'm not here to remind you, okay? I'm not here to send you an email campaign to say, you know, attend your next session. I'm not going to do that, okay? So VA attendance and record page. All your records for submitting the required aptitude test and the required homework will be here on the VA attendance record page, okay? So each one of you will be created. You'll have your own VA attendance record page. You can change the photo here. Your lovely photo will be there. You can change the cover. You can either use some of these like preset covers on Notion, or if you have your own picture of your family, picture of your dog, or picture of the mansion that you want to envision yourself to own one day, that's entirely up to you, okay? So you can change that. All right, so what have we got here? VA attendance record page. For those of you just joined the room, can you please put your email address in the chat box, because I will invite you all to your own VA attendance record page. And we've got here, what does this look like? For each of the modules that you will learn, you will get the chance to, so there's full instructions here, okay? on what the homework is going to be. And if applicable, not all of the homework requires you to upload the file, but if applicable, this is where you upload the file, okay? So if you complete this week's session, you can tick that box. If you haven't completed it yet, then don't tick that box. If there is a module wherein you need to upload the file because that is your homework, then you upload it here. Choose a file. All right. Okay. Again, every single one of you, put your email address in the chat box, will be invited to your own VA attendance record page, which you can personalize. You can personalize this. You can add your details on here. All right. And then you will have your own copy of all the notes and all the lessons that we cover for every week of this masterclass. So each one of you will have this, okay? And then for each of those lessons, you can open. So you see here, each one of these lessons is an openable page, if that's a word, openable. You can open this, okay? So that you can, without having to watch the replay, of course you can watch it if you like, but without having to go into the replay, you can simply open each of these modules and then review the content that was discussed. And then to be able to find out what the homework is, each of the content will have the homework instructions there. And if applicable, you can then submit your homework using the same VA attendance record page, okay? So again, there. Do watch the replay again if you need a repeat of this instruction. But great, so let's go back here. VA Masterclass. So I've simply just covered the class schedule in general, the attendance notes. Only those who fully complete and attend all of the sessions and submit all of the required homework will be invited to the recruitment drives, which is the next topic. So we've got here recruitment drives. What does that mean? In the class schedule, we've got here, after the first 8 weeks, I will invite all of my potential clients to attend the recruitment drive. What's going to happen in the recruitment drive is recruitment. But specifically, what is the format going to be? It's going to be 30 minutes. I'll invite you, only the VAs in the room. No clients will be there. We'll do like role plays. We'll do Q&As. We'll do a little bit of, you know, support and encouragement. Okay, because after that 30 minutes, I will be inviting the clients into the room, and it's going to be speed networking. So first of all, you will get a chance to introduce yourself to the whole group using a 60-second elevator pitch. I'll help you all create your elevator pitch, okay, to present yourself in the best possible light, okay? So this is like speed dating. I don't know if there's speed dating in the Philippines, but speed dating is unlike normal dating wherein, I don't know, a couple of hours, mag-movie kayo or mag-coffee, Starbucks, whatever. Mahaba yun, di ba? So like 2 hours or whatever, however long it is that you date. Wala nang dating ngayon because pandemic. But anyway, so now, instead of spending 2 hours to see if you like the person, if you want to go out somewhere with the person, yung speed networking, yung speed dating, it's like only a couple of minutes. In fact, maybe not even. Pag speed dating. For the recruitment breakout rooms, I'll give you guys 30 minutes. So it's not going to be one-to-one. It's going to be a few clients and a few VAs in the same room. They'll get a chance to ask you guys questions. Please don't hog all of the time available, but it will be structured so that each VA gets a chance to answer the questions of the clients, okay? So that's the breakout rooms. You will all meet, you and a few other VAs will meet some clients looking for VAs, okay, in the room. So there. Afterwards, I'll say goodbye to the VAs, and then I'll have an employer-only session. So the VAs will have a VA-only session before the networking, the recruitment drive, and then afterwards, after the networking itself, I will have an employer-only session, okay? So again, if you have any questions, please type it in the chat box because I'm not going to entertain it just yet. But I repeat, those who entered the room late, kindly put your email address in the chat box because I will send you an invite to have access to this masterclass module, but also so that I can create your own VA attendance record sheet. I just keep going back to this because I want to make sure that this is clear, the instructions clear, okay? Wonderful. So I think what I'll do now, I've covered all of these sections here, the Zoom link, the class schedule, the attendance, and the recruitment drives. I can now go to the main lesson. And today, that topic, the 6th of January, 2022. By the way, the British always have the day of the month before the month itself. So it's actually, for a British person, this would be like 6th of January, okay? Anyhow, that's just an aside. So we've got here, let's just open this for a bit. Today's topic is the VA code. Okay. I was invited to do a live YouTube session with Excel Hub, Roxanne, and then I covered this. This was almost a year ago now, amazingly. This is the VA code. And what do I mean by the VA code? I gave an example of, you know, that TikTok song, the Wellerman. Di ba nag-viral yun? But one of the lines in that song was, there's a Wellerman code. There's a code of honor if you're a whaler person, if you're a whaler man, okay? And I really like that line because it shows that, you know, if this is your livelihood, if this is your profession, if this is your label to yourself, you've got to have certain values that you uphold above anything else. And these values will dictate how you perform your job. So for the TikTok song, the Wellerman song, the value, I mean, they didn't describe what the value is. They didn't actually go into it, but it indicated that they had a code. They had that promise, that understanding that if I want to be a Wellerman, I have got to have values in which I uphold in order to do my job, right? So it's the same. I said, do you know what? VAs need to have a code because a VA is not just a job that you want to do today or a stepping stone for something else. Yes, it can be, but while you're here, while you are wanting a career as a virtual assistant, I want you guys to understand that you must have values. You must have a code in which you say, right, this is how I'm going to perform my role as a virtual assistant. I'm not just going to be any VA from Online Jobs PH. I'm not just going to be any VA who's on LinkedIn, who's hustling on LinkedIn. I'm not just going to be any VA who's on Fiverr or Upwork, right? I am going to be a VA with a set of values. I'm going to be a VA with a code that I will abide by and I will uphold, okay? And it's the same. For me, as the property VA, I have defined what my values are. I have defined what my code is. And if you want to join my recruitment drives and you want to put the label of the property VA onto your CV, I want to ensure that you guys understand what my values are. Okay. There's only so much I can do. A, I can describe, I can tell you what it is. And then B, I can ask you to complete an assignment that will partially ensure that that you understand what my code is, but really only time can tell, and only only actually applying the concepts and the values to your respective jobs, to your respective clients, will you for sure apply everything that I'm teaching here, okay? But at least I can start by describing to you what my VA code is. Okay, but before we begin, before we cover the VA code itself, a bit of introduction about me. Right, so actually that was a very long introduction, 30 minutes, and we're just about to start the session. Okay, so about me. Guys, if you're not familiar with Notion, there's like zero graphics, okay? And there's not a lot of fuss. There's no like bells and whistles over here. It's just text you're gonna see. And I prefer it that way because I want to make sure that you're not distracted by anything else on the screen, just the content. So about me, I am Filipina. I what's this? I came to the UK when I was 24 years old. I'm not going to say how long ago that was, very, very long ago. And I worked for several years for an interior design firm. And then I quit my job. I went into property investing, and only during the pandemic, when the pandemic happened, I thought, what am I going to do, more than just property investing? And I thought that was the perfect opportunity to start a VA business. As a property investor, I attend networking meetings, and I almost certainly am the only person there who looks like me. So they will ask me, where are you from? And when I say that I'm from the Philippines, I will inevitably get the comment afterwards saying, oh, I know someone who's working with a Filipina VA, and great reviews, rave reviews, and I think I need a VA as well. Do you think you can help me? So initially just started off just by finding my own Filipino family or friends and saying, guys, anyone who's looking for work? I know someone who wants to hire a Filipina VA. And very informal. That's how it started. When the pandemic hit, I thought, you know what? I think I can do this formally as a business. And I called my business something else then. It wasn't called the Property VA. It was called Kita Kita, which I thought was a nice, cute name. I didn't realize there's a movie about that, by the way, because I've been out of touch with Filipino showbiz for decades. And so then it was okay. I found jobs for a few Filipino VAs for UK and US clients, but I found it difficult to get the traction that I was looking for. And I realized it's because nobody has any idea really what I was doing for anybody. Okay. When you're wanting to run a business, here's the thing: nobody cares about you. They care about themselves. They'll only listen to your business if it's something to do with them, right? So I changed my name. I said, you know what? I'm going to call myself the Property VA. I want to focus only for property investors. That helped me to target my marketing, that helped me to target my messaging, that helped me to target my offering, everything. And then things started to click. When I called myself the Property VA, then everybody knew what I was all about. Oh, okay, now I know. So if I'm a property investor and I need a VA, I'll come to you, right? And so that's when it all began to take off. And then I started to run weekly VA training. I started out just training my clients' VAs, which was okay because then I was able to help those VAs who already had clients perform their jobs better. And I did that for a little, about a year. And then I realized that really I should extend, because then my pricing model before was that I charged the clients to pay for their VAs to attend my training. When in fact, it should really be that I should open up the training to all Filipinos. And it's even better if I do that, because then those Filipino VAs who are aspiring to do better in their work, or to find clients, and or to even start anywhere with VA as a virtual assistant as a career, I'm able to do that more inclusively and without any barriers to Filipinos who want to do better for themselves. And hence I made the decision late last year to start plans on including all VAs who have the grit and who have the commitment to show up. Okay, so there's no barriers in terms of they need to have money. No, this is free. You guys, you show up, you submit your homework. That to me qualifies you're worthy of being presented to my clients for work. Okay, so there you go. That's me. That's a property VA. And in terms of the other investing businesses, I run two. Houseborn, that's a play on my married name, Osborne. This is a business for rental properties. Okay. And then Medway Court Investments, that's for raising funds for property developers. Boring stuff, really, so I don't cover that. But here we go, the property VA. So what is this that I'm doing? It's a train and hire service. That is to say, I'm not only training you, but I'm training you for the very objective, for the very purpose that I want you guys to be super attractive VA applicants. Okay, that is to say, I train you, you get the brand, the property VA, you get extremely attractive to my clients, they will hire you. Okay, so that's what it is. I train you, you get hired. Benefit for both parties, really. And this is what it is to like come up with a business, is that you want to make sure as many people can benefit from what you're trying to do. So I want Filipinos to benefit. I want the clients to benefit, not only that they can find Filipino VAs to work with, but the whole experience of working with a VA who is top notch trumps anything else. With, you know, I'm not online jobs PH, I'm not Fiverr, I am not Upwork and all that. I'm better because I'm small and I'm looking at each and every one, looking after each and every one of my clients and every one of my VAs who work for my clients. Okay, so that's it. Let's tick that box. Objective, I kind of touched that very briefly just now. Objective is that I want to teach the skills, mindset, and systems. Okay, so actually mindset is the first one. Sorry about that, guys. So let's just do this. First of all, I want to teach you guys the mindset. Then I'll teach you, then I'll teach you the skills, and then I'll teach you the systems. So that is the order in which we are going to learn the Property VA Masterclass. Mindset first, then skills, then systems, okay? Help you find work. That's my second objective. Train and hire. I train you, you find work. And then finally, I will be providing ongoing training and support. Again, this training and support, that's not exclusive to those who finish the course, okay? I will repeat, especially to those who just joined the room. If you guys do not complete the tests in time for the first recruitment drive, do not beat yourself up, build yourself up, come back go watch the replays, go do your best to submit all the required homework so that you can join for the next recruitment drive. Okay, don't beat yourself up, build yourself up. That's one thing that you need to repeat to yourself this whole this year and for whenever. Okay, vision. Okay, what is my vision for the property VA? It's, I want this to be the place to learn the skills, the mindset, and the system you need to be a successful property VA. I have zero vision to make this Fiverr and online jobs page and Upwork. That is not my vision, okay? Because I don't want to be the everything for everybody. I want to be the place to learn the skills, mindset, and systems to be a property VA and only property VA. Okay, so here we go. That's my kind of tagline, property VAs for property investors. Okay, that's my only vision for this one. Okay, so that's objective done. Format, we covered format earlier. So I just want to repeat, there's no email reminders to anybody. If you want to be reminded of updates or any special announcements, please like and follow my Facebook page so that you get everything announced on there. Okay, no email reminders. Why? Because I just want you guys to show up. If you can't be bothered to show up without getting an email reminder, then I'm sorry to say you probably shouldn't be applying as a virtual assistant. Okay. You can attend lives or you can watch the replay. That's absolutely fine by me. It is your call. Do submit your homework. Only those who complete their homework will be invited to the recruitment drives. If you cannot finish your homework for the first session, the first module, that's fine too. Again, I keep repeating it. Don't beat yourself up. Just build yourself up. Do it when you can. Then get invited to the next round of recruitment. Okay. Right, so why work for property investors? I really like this. We're all going through some major things in the world, right? 2022 seems amazingly just like yesterday, but also so far away. Like it's hard to believe we've been almost 2 years of this pandemic thing, okay? But here's the thing, if you look at the UK news, there are so many bad things going on. There's Brexit, there's inflation, there's shortages, there's businesses running out of staff or whatever it is, right? Do you know what is buoyant still? And in fact, what performed incredibly well, even at the start of the pandemic, not just that it recovered, no, even during the pandemic. In fact, probably the pandemic helped it do better. It's property investing did so well, okay? Whereas all the other businesses got affected by Brexit, got affected by the pandemic, by lockdowns, by restrictions, all of that got affected, not property. If you go to Google, you know, property prices rose far better than was expected. During the pandemic, everyone's prediction was that everyone was going to suffer. All the businesses were going to suffer. But no, not property. So I just want to say, you know, why work for property investors? For you as VAs, you want to make sure that you are working for clients with prospects of riding through whatever hits their businesses, right? So that's it, stability and security. Okay. Next, systemized and routine driven. While property investors themselves may be disorganized, may not always know what they're doing, may sometimes lack clarity on what the next step needs to be, I can assure you that the only way for them to actually be, well, not success as such, but to be able to run a successful business is when they apply systems and routine. Okay, they know this. That's why they constantly are looking for VAs. But the trouble is they expect the VAs to do it for them. But VAs do not come with systems. VAs come with a CV and they wait for instructions. Am I right or am I right? You wait for instructions from your clients, right? But that is why I want to change that. I want to make sure that you come with systems for your clients. Okay. Who are property investors? They are entrepreneurs. They are self-starters. Okay. So you will be working for driven individuals, which is a given, really. Any business owner that you want to work for anyhow will obviously be driven because that's why they've started that business. But I think especially so for property investors, and the reason being, almost every single one of these property investors that you will be working for, and I can guarantee you almost every one of them signed up to some kind of training, okay? And that's why they're doing it. And that's why they want to be successful, or they are successful. And that's why they want to hire you. Sometimes part of their training is to go and find yourself a VA to work with, okay? So there you go. They're not just like any other business owner who are driven, but these are business owners who had training, okay? So these are driven business owners with a kind of goal that they have been taught to follow and go through. And I think that's what separates property investors from other entrepreneurs out there. Okay. Next, time poor individuals, they need you. What more can I say? And then third and fourth in equal terms, rewarding and challenging. Rewarding because it's fun to look at properties. I don't know about you. My background is in interior design, so I do find it fun anyway to begin with. But yes, just going through houses, gardens, ano pa ba? Hotels, diba? It's fun to look at, okay? Challenging because it's not easy. You will get challenged. You will learn new things that you haven't learned before. And I think that's good. You're not just, I don't know, I think on Upwork and Fiverr, you get to do the same thing over and over again. And there is that in property investor investing work. You will get to do repetitive stuff. But also these are things that you will not have learned how to do if you weren't working for a property investor, right? So that's where it's challenging. Okay. Again, if you got questions, just type it in the chat box. Right, so that's the intro. There's you will learn how to do this thing on Notion, okay? Creating this. If you don't know Notion, it looks super complicated. It isn't. It's like typing on a Word document. Okay, whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's the exciting bit. Okay, VA code. I mentioned earlier, what is that VA code? It is a set of values that you should uphold on a daily basis when you want to carry out or be the career role that you're wanting to attach your identity to, okay? And it's super important because without values, we can be subject to whims, subject to our emotions, subject to other influences outside of us to derail us from what we're trying to achieve. So before I teach you anything about property investing or working as a VA for property investors, I want to make sure that you all are very clear on what my values are. And I have to own that. I need to claim ownership of those values because you are wanting to find work through me. Therefore, if my clients find you as a VA, they hire you through me, and it turns out that your values look nothing like mine, I am the one who will get affected. So I'm going to claim this. I'm going to claim ownership of these values because I want to ensure that you all follow these values. And I'm going to be super strict about it, okay? Because again, it's my name, it's my business, it's my brand that's at stake here. Okay, what are these values? Resourcefulness, excellence, professionalism, communication, and integrity. I'm going to go through each and every one of them. Hopefully not in too boring a detail, okay? First of all, resourcefulness, qualities of being resourceful. So I'm just going to read through the list and then I'll give some examples. Okay, I need all my VAs to be resourceful. What does it mean to be resourceful? No spoon feeding. That is I mean, you can go to dictionary.com or whatever and then find out what resourcefulness means. But I don't want just a dictionary definition. I want you guys to understand what it looks like, okay, what the qualities are. No spoon feeding. I'm not gonna name names, guys, but here's my experience when I posted on Facebook about training details. All the information was there on the post, okay? Step 1, like and follow because the instruction is there. Step 2, here's the Zoom link. Step 3, no need to sign up. Step 4, this is the time, this is the date. Do you know how many of you asked me how? And I had to repeat the information again and again. Do you know, to me, that's super frustrating. And I can say, like, edi wag na lang, don't attend if you can't be bothered to read. But no, this is why I understand the value of teaching these things, okay? Because you guys don't start with the same page. Of course, because you have your own values, you have your own outlook in life, you have your own attitude and mindset, okay? But I want to change that if you want to find work through me. And this is my very, very first lesson. There is no way that a VA who needs to be spoon-fed can find work through me, okay? So that is my number 1. And I'm going to be super strict. Again, I keep repeating, I'm going to be super strict about this. No spoon feeding. You are adults. You guys can read. You guys scroll through Facebook hours during the day. Give it a couple more seconds to read through a post, okay? Nobody's here to find work for you. You can attend my recruitment drive if you show up and if you submit your work. So no spoon feeding. Okay, what else does resourcefulness mean? It means that you think quick, that you think creatively. Thinking quick and creatively, again, it's a little bit like the no spoon feeding thing. Property investors, your clients, they're going to be busy. They're going to need things to get done. Ganyan, bilis, okay? And sometimes they themselves don't know the full instruction because they're like you, they're humans. They want something done, but they don't know how to get it done. But that's why they hired you. They need help because if they have to find out how to get that thing done, they might as well just do it themselves, right? So why did they hire you? Okay, so what does that mean? Sometimes they'll say, oh, VA, I heard somebody use WhatsApp Business. Can you find out how to do that? Okay, you're like, oh my God, I don't know what WhatsApp Business is. I've never heard of it before. Or kakagraduate ko lang, how would I know what WhatsApp Business is all about? Yes, you are well within your rights to not know anything about everything in the world. Okay, so WhatsApp Business, you've not heard of it before. What do you do? Right? If you've got this, if you've got resourcefulness, you don't need to know everything to be able to start acting on something. Simple in Google, go to Google, okay? You go to your client and say, do you know what? I've never heard of it before, but let me find out. Okay. Yun lang, think quick, think creative. Okay. So then you find out you've got all, as a VA, you have all the resources in your hands, literally, even if you don't know and don't have everything. That's what resourcefulness is about. You look at the tools that you have with you. You've got Google, you've got your mobile phone, you've got, I don't know, your own networks, your kuya or your whatever. Resourcefulness means looking at everything that you've got very quickly and knowing what you need to do next, even if you don't know everything right now at this very moment. Okay. Why do we need you to be resourceful? To solve problems. I don't mean like, like what's the term? Like an imaginary problem or whatever it is. I mean like day-to-day things that need attending to. Okay, my email na dumating. What is this all about? I don't know. I've never seen an email before. That's not any of my email templates. I don't know what to do with that. Do I then just ignore it? No, you're a VA. That is your job. You go, okay, there's an email that's come in. My job every 9 a.m. is to look at my client's inbox and to sort out all the emails. Okay. So what am I going to do with that? That's not, I go through my templates. That's not anything of the questions that I have answers to. That is a problem that needs solving. Okay. What will you do? Just being resourceful is all about taking action. Actually, this isn't just about that you are a creative person and you say, ma'am Christina, hindi naman ako creative person. I don't know how to draw. This has nothing to do with painting or drawing or knowing how to do graphic design. Okay, resourcefulness is about taking action. Okay, even here it is, fast action, not waiting for a perfect solution to do the next right thing. Okay, parang song yan sa Frozen 2, ano? Okay, so you're presented with a question from your client. You're like, oh my God, I have no idea what to do about that. The point is that you don't need to know everything today. The point is that your mindset is that you will find a solution. Okay, you do not wait for instructions to be complete. You don't get spoon-fed about what, where, why, when, how. You go, ano bang nakalagay sa post? Okay, sige, like ko nga yung page ni ma'am. Yan, like mo. Ayun pala, nandun yung information, oh. Or even, can I look at the other comments on the page? May 5 tao na pala nagtanong ng how. Basahin ko na lang kung ano yung reply doon ni Ma'am Christina. Pero hindi. Ang dami pa rin how. Ano ba yan? So guys, okay, if you wanna apply through me, yan, that's my number one value, resourcefulness, okay? Secondly, number 7ly, likes a challenge. What does that mean? Okay, yung hindi ka takot na hindi mo alam everything about yung tanong sa'yo. You go, okay, so this has nothing to do with the question at hand almost. Like, kahit man lang yung question is A, B, C, or F, or G, the attitude is the same. Kahit yung situation is X, Y, Z, the attitude is the same. If you come from the same attitude, you come from the value of resourcefulness, it doesn't really matter kung ano yun yung in front of you. Kung yung tanong sa'yo is what is WhatsApp business, or yung tanong sa'yo, can you find out what CMS is, or can you find out how do I fix this Airbnb issue? Doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter what the problem looks like. What matters is your attitude towards any problem that comes to you. Resourcefulness. Okay. Right. And here's an important quality as well of being resourceful, which is kind of like a challenge bit, yung hindi ka takot. Okay. You find joy in work. What does that mean? If you prefer that all you want is to answer questions in a call center, tapos may script ikaw, tapos question A means the answer is number 1. The next step, if the reply is letter B, then you answer number 2. If the reply is letter C, then you answer number 3. Kung ganun lang yung gusto mo, yung talagang na-spoon feed sa'yo, kung ano lang yung nasa script, yun lang din yung sagot mo, then VA work is not for you, okay? Because, believe me, kahit na, and I'm gonna teach you this, kahit na you have a system that you do default work on a daily basis, there's still going to be instances when the client comes at you left field. How do you do this? Or can you do this for me? You can't go, no, right? Hindi ko po alam yan, right? So you can say, I've not heard of that, but, yan. So you say, but here's what I'm gonna do, right? So there you go. Joy in work, right? Joy in work means that you approach work with an attitude of that nothing is perfect, that my client is only human. They don't know everything that needs that I as a VA will need to know how to do my work, but we're kind of here together to actually make things work. And there's one thing, hindi ko pa pala na-mention to, working for working for property investors. These are not big corporations, okay? These are human beings trying to make a business work. So a lot of the time, they'll be like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. That's why they need you. Parang take these guys as an opportunity that someone finds you trustworthy enough to be their side-by-side person to make their business work, okay? They go, right, I'm trying to make this business profitable. I'm trying to be a success in this business. I need help. I'm going to hire a VA. What they're actually doing is saying, VA, you're my friend, please. Can you help me be successful in this business? All right. So it doesn't matter if you, if actually you prefer to see your client in an hierarchy wherein, you know, he's like the boss, so he's up there and you're here, you're an employee, you're working for him. Yes, you can still think that way, but also remember that really how your client sees you is that you are gonna help them. Okay, so you're the helper, you're the, I don't mean like domestic helper, I mean like helper na friend, you know, like side by side. Please help me make my business successful. Parang ganun, okay? So if you think about that, it shifts your attitude a bit, right? On how you approach the work that you do for your client. Okay, so hopefully I've covered resourcefulness. Right, excellence. Excellent. Okay, what are the qualities of excellence? Okay, simple lang. Guys, ganito, if you're not a super fresh graduate na kagabi ka lang nag-graduate, or even in fact, during your college work, right? You know that when you do anything for college, for your boss, for whatever you do in your business, you do online selling, you sell on eBay, you sell on Facebook, right? Or you've worked before for clients in whatever role it is, admin role, laborer, executive, or whatever, okay, from top to bottom. The quality of excellence, the value of excellence has nothing to do with your position, okay? Kahit anong work yung hinihingi sa inyo, care and attention. That's number 1, okay? You care about delivering excellent work because it matters to your client. You give attention to it. You don't just go, okay, client wants me to create a spreadsheet, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos you've done your work. Okay, that's fine. At least that's kind of basic minimum. Okay, but again, di nag-Fiverr ka na lang or nag-online jobs PH. Huwag ka na the property VA. Because I want care and attention. Okay. I want personal pride. I want like the mindset and the attitude of someone who goes, right, I'm not like any other VA. Yun. Timeliness. Okay. It's important for your client. I know there's, lots of clients naman are kind of lenient, right? But also don't expect that everyone is lenient. So do your best to deliver on time. Delivery, okay? All of this, they're kind of just many different words of the same thing. Kaya I just kind of expound it, okay? Excellence. They're all describing excellence. And what having values means is, here's the thing, okay? I have this, as property VA values, because these are my own values. And that's the important thing. Don't think, kasi Madam Christina said na ganyan, I need to be this. No, I want you guys to own the values as well. Okay. Professionalism. The thing is, all of these are kind of interrelated, diba? You can't call yourself professional pag hindi naman excellent yung work mo. You can't call yourself professional kung kailangan kang spoon feed. Okay. So anyway, professionalism, qualities of professionalism. Sense of responsibility, that's super important. That is why you go like, say for example, I'm a doctor, or I'm a medical profession. What separates them from like anyone else maybe is that they have this, they feel like they have some responsibility, diba? So you should feel the same. If you want to be called a professional, you need to start from that sense of responsibility. Okay. Accountability. What does that mean? Your client is depending on you for something. So you are accountable for what needs to happen, or you're accountable for delivering work. So accountability is saying you own a task, a job, or you own a responsibility. So you hold yourself accountable for that thing to happen, or for a problem to be solved, okay, or for something to be delivered. Accountability. Yung feeling mo may consequence, kahit wala namang consequence, kahit hindi ka naman papagalitan, yung feeling mo may consequence kung hindi mo magawa yung work, yun. Maturity. Guys, you could be 40 or 50 and your attitude towards work pales in comparison to someone who's still in college. Okay. Maturity has nothing to do with age. Maturity is like your outlook in life. Okay. I have one of the best VAs that I found for a client is I'm not so sure how old he is now. I think he's 22. He's a 22 single father. Okay. Be on you guys, 22 single father. Okay. And then this client of mine, she goes, my VA, Christina, he is like the oldest 22-year-old I've ever met. Yun. Can you imagine what that looks like? The oldest 22-year-old. Imagine the kind of maturity level this VA carries himself to the client, to be able for the client to be able to say the oldest 22-year-old that she's ever met. Maturity lang, guys. What does that mean? Sige, let me explain that a bit more. Yung hindi ka naglalaro. Okay? This isn't like, sige, mag-VA tayo. Yan. Your approach in life, your approach in your relationships, your approach in like yourself. Mature. It doesn't mean na sobra kang seryoso na hindi ka pwedeng mag tawag dito, parang lighthearted moments, ganyan. No, it means na yung how people treat you is with respect because they know that you respect yourself and you carry yourself with that level of maturity. Okay. Commitment, yan. That's part of being professional, guys. That, you know, it doesn't, sometimes when we do our work, medyo mahirap, and, you know, na-overwhelm ka na, sobrang confused or sobrang stressed, your attitude of commitment will show, right? So, there is a problem and I need to solve it. Yun lang. So, kahit yung problem is personal, wherein, for example, we're all going through the pandemic, right? Whatever your personal situation is, financial or maybe health or personal, maybe there's something happening in the family, medyo nadederail ka sa work mo, okay? If you have professionalism, it dictates, again, I mentioned earlier, if we haven't got any values, any emotion will like control you rather than you control the situation, okay? When you have commitment, you go, okay, I know this is going to affect my work. Here's what I'm going to do. My boss is human as well. So I'm going to communicate with my boss. That's the next part, by the way. I'm jumping around now. I'm going to tell my boss, this is what's happening. I want to make sure that I don't lag behind the work that I do, but I just want to let you know that I'm going to need extra support. I want to make sure that I still deliver what needs to be delivered, but I just also want to let you know, okay, this is what's happening with my life right now, or whatever. Okay. I'm not so sure if I explained that properly, but I just want to make sure, guys, na you don't see this as definitions, but you see this as I'm just trying my best to describe in words what should be actions, what should be behaviors, okay, from you. So their commitment, standards. That's kind of excellence again, really, but diba, when you say something is professional, parang impressive, pulido, yung hindi amateur. Diba when we look at YouTube videos, merong, ay, professional yan. Yung talagang YouTube channel, yun yung business. Or meron din yung parang nirecord lang sa mobile phone, di naman ibig sabihin na pangit. Diba? Sometimes yung nga yung nagpa-viral, diba? Yung naka-record lang sa mobile phone. But, you know, that means that someone who's creating professional work and uploading it onto YouTube, that's their business. Kaya nga professional eh. Hindi lang na accidental na they recorded something na naging viral. Yun. Diba? This is their work. This is their business. So that's why they've got standards, they've got commitment, they approach it with a mature mindset. Yun. And they feel like the reason why they need to do this certain level of work is that, you know, meron silang accountability, meron silang responsibility. Okay, there's that. And another issue that typically goes hand in hand with professionalism, yung parang yung statement na, ang tawag dito, yung professional lang or work lang, guys, walang personalan or whatever, okay? That's like quite a Filipino trait, right? Or Filipino expression, like walang personalan. I'm not so sure if in the UK we actually, the Brits actually think about personalan, walang personalan. I don't think so. I think in the Philippines, we have to define na walang personalan. I think that's a quite a Filipino trait, actually, that we have to explicitly say walang personalan. Because in the UK, I don't know how it is in the US, in the UK, nobody says that. Nobody says, you know, I'm just I'm not attacking you personally here, okay, when I say this. It's like implicit that, of course, it's just work, okay? But in the Philippines, we have to explicitly say, walang personalan, okay? So there's a distinction there for you guys, okay? In the UK, your boss is unlikely to let you know that when he or she is making pagalit, that walang personalan. You're like, oh, ang sakit, ganyan. Quit na ako, nagalit na yung boss. That's because they have no idea that in the Philippines, you have to say walang personalan, okay? Guys, so here in the UK, I'm just gonna let you know now. I'm not saying na expect pagalit, okay? But, you know, in case, okay, in case na nagalit sa inyo yung boss nyo, ikaw na magsabi sa sarili mo, ay, okay, walang personalan yan. My boss is like calling me out because of work. Yun. Automatic na yan, guys. Okay? Ikaw na magsabi sa sarili niyo, walang personalan to. Okay? So, here we go. You don't need to be understanding to understand your boss. Okay? What does that mean? It means na hindi mo naman kailangan you don't need to be on the same emotional page with your boss. Like, you don't need to be like super friends to understand what they're also going through. Okay, pressure, expectation, also culture. Yeah, so here culture, they don't really know mentally or emotionally how you work, what your social constructs are. And I'm going to like show this to you guys. Okay, so let's just take professionalism there. I'm kind of jumping around a bit. Remember I mentioned the recruitment drive, like there's a session that only the clients are invited to. Oh, sorry, ito. Diba? I'm going to show you the slides that I'm going to show them. Okay, cultural perspective. Do you guys want to see this cultural perspective? Baka ma-turn off kayo sa akin, ha? Okay, wait. Sige, let's go. Cultural perspective. Para naman you will know what I'm teaching. Okay. Cultural perspective. Here we go. If they're going to work with Filipinos, and they almost always specifically specify, I want to work with a Filipino VA. Not a Bulgarian VA, not a British VA, not an Indian VA, a Filipino VA. Okay. So I have to tell them, Filipinos are helpful, industrious, uncomplaining, and eager. Totoo or not? However, Filipinos have trouble asserting self. Yung parang, I need help, or I don't know what that is. Yun. Or to say na, I'm kind of doing too much work already, so can you like not give me more work, right? Or whatever, okay? Of course naman, we don't want to be bastos, or we don't want to be disrespectful to our clients. So there's always like a nice way of saying things, okay? But yeah, Filipinos have trouble asking for help. Terrified of mistakes. Why? Because they don't want to displease their boss. Totoo or not? Right? Yung parang, meron tayong hiya. Diba? Meron tayong hiya. Okay. And often, this is what happens when these things happen. They'll just disappear. They'd like rather not face the music. They just rather not open their WhatsApp, delete, or leave group. Yun. Disappear. Wag na lang ako mag-reply to my boss. Bahala na si boss. Disappear na lang ako. Unfortunately, this happens. I don't know how often. I'm gonna say often enough for there to be lots of YouTube videos about it. So there you go. Filipinos disappear. I don't want that to happen, guys. Okay. I will teach them how to manage and mitigate these cultural sides of working with Filipino VAs, regular communications, weekly team huddles, LBs and NTs. I'll teach you guys what that is. It means like best and next times, okay? Yung parang they'll tell you what they like best about your work and then next time, okay? Why? So that you can do more of what they like best. And also so that you know specifically what you need to do next time. Again, okay, ideally, we don't want to be spoon-fed, but sometimes kahit na spoon-feed na sa inyo, parang hindi pa rin pumapasok, guys, okay? Click on this link to join. Parang how do I join? Oh my God! As in na-frustrate ako, but that's why I'm running these training sessions because I want you guys to be unlike any other Filipino VAs out there. Okay. Yun lang. Yun yung goal ko. Gawin nyo na rin goal for yourselves. Flow charts so that they know what their workload is, so that also the clients know, ay pala ang dami ng workload ni VA. Okay, so let's rearrange the flow chart. Okay. And then to ask during the interviews, ask about attitudes towards perfection and mistakes, asking for help, stress management, blah, blah. Inclusion of race, religion pala. When I say British, doesn't mean white person, okay? Sometimes a British person is a Pakistani. Sometimes it's a Nigerian. Sometimes it's a Japanese person. So, doesn't matter. And I know, like in the Philippines, I think a lot of us are now more, you could say, woke about things. But certainly when I started working in the UK, maybe about 2 years. No, sorry, not 2 years. I'm describing na how old I am. Mga 20 years ago. Ang tawag dito. I had zero idea of how multicultural the UK is. Yun. But anyway, mabuti kayo guys, your generation, you are so inclusive. I'm telling you, you're starting from a very good place there. Okay, let's go back to, I'm getting derailed by the topics now. Okay, let's go back here, class schedule, mindset. Okay. Okay, let's go back to mindset. All right, where were we? Oh. Okay, here we are. Okay, so that's resourcefulness, excellence, and professionalism. To the person who just joined the room, can you please put your email address in the chat box so that you get invited to have access to this workspace, and also so that we create a VA page for you, so that's where you upload your own homework, okay? Right, communication, best practices. Okay, guys, do not be shy of your accent. Okay, kasi kahit mismong British, meron silang accent. And I can assure you, their grammar is no better than yours. Okay, a lot of them anyway, or some of them. Okay, it has everything to do with attitude of listening to the person talking, attitude to go, okay, I need to pay attention to the instruction because sometimes that's not going to be repeated to me twice. Okay, so it's your attitude of listening and your attitude of replying to the person. So when the person says, okay, VA, can you please do this? Tapos hindi ka nag-reply. Although, naisip mo naman, ginawa ko naman yung work eh. No, you still need to reply. So ito, always reply. Be the last one to send the message. Okay, copy that. Thank you. Great, got it. I'll update you shortly. Ayan. Ayan, ito is spoon feed ko na sa inyo. Use these words. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, yes. All right. More on communication below. Sige, let's move into this. I think we covered just very slightly earlier with that slide. Filipinos going AWOL, di ba? Yung nagdi-disappear. Guys, I'm gonna repeat it one last time. Huwag kayong ganyan, ha? If you want to, if your personal situation dictates that you must stop work, communicate. Sabihin mo, I'm sorry, this has happened. I don't know, maybe you got pregnant. Maybe there's something happened to your family. Maybe you found work elsewhere. Okay, maybe you need to go back to school, or whatever your personal situation is. Just talk to your boss and just say, I'm so sorry to let you know that I'm gonna have to stop working for you. Don't leave your clients hanging, guys. Okay, so yun, update them. British accents. The UK is very international. I just mentioned it very briefly. That is to say, maybe the boss that you'll be working for is in fact speaking English as a second language. Okay, so there's no anong term? I'm Ilonggo, by the way, so like sometimes I have terms in Ilonggo that I don't know how to say in Tagalog. Yung parang, in the Philippines, di ba medyo, ano tayo, medyo judgmental with the English accent. Parang if it's like a Baroque accent, parang we laugh, ganyan. Wag na wag niyong gawin yan just because your client is a Japanese person and they're running a business in the UK, okay? So number one, it's very international, okay? You might get a client, or even if your client is British, okay? Yung clients nila might not be British as well. So your clients' customers, your clients' clients may not speak English very well. Also, regional differences. I live in Yorkshire, and in Yorkshire, they sound very, very different. Not very, not naman na super. I'm just saying na merong accent, okay? It's a bit like we laugh when someone's got a Bisaya accent, or we laugh when someone is, I don't know, yung parang Indian accent, ganyan, okay? I'm just saying na, I'll go back here. Professionalism lang, guys. Okay. Maturity, yun. Kaya nga maturity eh. So professionalism. Okay, here we go. So yes. So, okay. Why do I mention it here? Not just that I want you to be professional about it, but also I want to emphasize that sometimes it's hard to understand them. Have you ever heard a Scottish person speak sometimes? Like, if that's the first time you've ever heard a Scottish person speak, you go, oh my God, hindi ko siya naintindihan. Okay, what do you do? Guys, what do you do if you don't understand your clients? Are you just gonna say yes and like deal with it later? No, okay? What do? You go back. You say, okay, parang when a waiter takes orders sa restaurant, can I just repeat the order back to you? Yan. Can I just repeat the instructions back to you to make sure that I understood what you asked me? Yun. So yes, accents, communication. That's all it is. Communication is like all of these values combined, okay? You just want to be excellent. You just want to be professional. You want to be resourceful, okay? You want to think quick. You want to solve problems. You want to act fast, okay? The spirit of joy in work, okay? Have fun, guys. Being a VA is fun, okay? So having fun, you can't have fun if you're not professional, actually. So the more professional you are, the more excellent you are at your work, the more fun you're gonna have. Okay, that's communication. Ooh, lastly, I think we're kind of over the time now, sorry. Integrity. What is integrity? I require every single one of my VA applicants to have at least a police clearance. I understand not everybody can get an NBI clearance these days. If you have an NBI clearance, fantastic, submit that when I ask you to, okay? If you don't, then please, today guys, or well, not today, kasi gabi na dyan. Tomorrow, first thing you do is get yourself a police clearance application form, if not an NBI clearance, okay? Because for the recruitment drive, 2 months from now, you at least have something to show me, okay? That's your first homework. If you haven't got an NBI clearance or police clearance, please apply tomorrow. Do not wait, okay? Integrity. Why? Information and money. How about let's start with money, okay? Because nobody likes a thieving POS, okay? If it's not your money, do not take it. I don't have to explain why, okay? But stealing in many ways is not just the taking of money, okay? Wala naman akong cash na tinake, ma'am, or whatever. No, okay? Yes, money can be stolen, but it isn't just money that can be stolen. Sometimes when you report falsely of like the number of hours that you're working for your client, when you're overcharging client, yes, you did not take any money, right? You didn't swindle any money, but you were stealing from your clients by saying you worked 8 hours if you only worked 4. Okay, so false reporting. This is part of professionalism, guys. Okay, maturity. Intellectual property rights. Is there a chance that you guys will just copy all of what I'm taking here and then running away with it? Of course there is, okay? But there's a level of trust here. But anyhow, even if you run away with my systems, I can guarantee you that you will not be able to, without coming back to me anyway, okay? You will not be able to carry it out in the same way as the VAs who have shown integrity, okay? Oh, isa pa to, working for multiple clients. Okay, guys, here's the thing. We're all working from home and nobody is going to check if we are working for multiple clients, okay? And also, secondly, I'm not saying do not work for multiple clients. I am saying that you guys better watch out that if you are working for multiple clients, when you declare that you're only working for one client, sooner or later, the truth will come out. So if you are working for multiple clients, sabihin mo na sa start, okay? I am working for one other client, or you are my only client, but I'm also doing online selling, or like I also have my own YouTube video channel or whatever. Yun. That's what I mean by multiple clients, okay? You declare it, okay? So that everything is on the table and you say, okay, I am charging 8 hours to work for this client. Tapos pala you're also charging 8 hours to work for the same client. How's that possible? How's it possible that you have 2 full-time jobs? Even if it means that you are literally working 16 hours, you know, like how can you devote the mental capacity and your whatever your personal resources are working for multiple clients, okay? So yun lang. Okay, so that's money. That's like integrity when it comes to money. It's not just about the taking of money. It's your attitude towards being truthful. Okay. Okay, information. Oh, this is super important. Okay. As a property VA, you will be handling lots of information. And sometimes those information sensitive. Sometimes those information are not sensitive, but they still fall under your client's legal requirement to protect that information, okay? Which means that you as a VA, although you're not technically an employee of your client, you are a service provider. It means that you fall under the client's legal requirement to protect the information of his or her clients, okay? That's part of integrity, okay? So guys, you know, if let's say your client is a landlord and your client's rental properties are providing accommodation for those in care, maybe a bit of disability or whatever. Okay. And then, alam mo yung parang you might share sa social media na parang, oh my God, ganito nangyari sa tenant ng client ko, you know, wag ganyan, okay? So, yun lang. That's integrity. Again, it's a little bit like here, professionalism and maturity. Okay. So that is it. Oh yeah, here, I just put that there. Summarize in one Filipino remark. Wag namang tsaka. Don't be tsaka, guys. Okay. Yan lang. So that is our contract, you and me, you and I. If you want to find work through me, I expect you all to have these values. Okay. Now, okay, so have you ever heard of the term, if you're an expert, you don't need instructions, you don't need training, okay, you don't need education. However, you do need reminding, okay? Experts need reminding. What does this mean? So now you've been introduced to my values, more than happy for you to guys go over it, watch the replay, or you don't even need to watch the replay. Just, when you get invited to your VA workspace, to just look at the values again. Okay, so here's your homework instructions. You guys have pasted your email addresses in the chat box. If you just joined the room or you missed the instructions earlier, kasi you have your 2-year-old, like ganyan, you're feeding your kids or whatever, tapos you're in and out of the room. So I'm gonna repeat it now. Paste your email address in the chat box. Angela, the assistant, is going to collate all of your emails and she's going to give it to me. We are going to invite you later on to your own respective, what do you call this? VA workspace. If you don't know what that looks like, I might, if we have time, I'll go over it again. And then I want you guys to create an account with Notion. It's free, so don't worry about it. Using the same email address that you pasted. Huwag kayong mag-paste ng email address tapos mag-sign up kayo ng Notion account sa kabilang email address, okay? So, huwag ganyan. And then accept the invitation to join the attendance record page. And then I want you guys to complete this exercise. If you don't know how to use Notion, okay, ito sa chat box, okay? What kind of value will you be applying? Let's go to everyone in meeting. What kind of value will you be applying to complete this exercise worksheet? Ayan, winner si MJ, the first one. Okay, yes, resourcefulness. Okay, I'm not here to spoon feed and teach you guys how to work with Notion. Okay, so tama. Resourcefulness. Yun nga, resourcefulness. Okay, guys. Also, a bit of joy, a bit of excitement. Ooh, I like that. Why, ask yourself, why do you think I like Notion so much? Well, it's for you guys to discover why I like Notion so much. Okay, so where do you submit your homework? Here we go. Right, so each one of you will be invited to a page, to own a page like this one. Only you will be invited to this page, okay? So I will be sharing there. I'll type your email address here and I will invite you, okay? You can personalize this, change your photo, use your dog's photo, use your kid's photo, use your manifestation beach house photo there, whatever it is, okay? We will name the template for you, so don't worry about that, okay? And then there's a note here. This is your VA attendance record page. Use this page to track your progress with the weekly lessons. If you're not able to attend the live classes, that's not a problem. The replay will be posted on the Facebook page. Only VAs with complete attendance and aptitude submission will be allowed to join the recruitment drives. Deadline for submission should be no later than 12 midnight on the Friday before the recruitment day. The recruitment days are Saturdays, okay? So let's say the first recruitment day, I think, was February 26. Was it 26? I think so. Which means that I should receive okay, clarify ko na ha. February 26. Dapat 25 on Friday, 12 midnight Philippine time. Okay, which means it's about like afternoon here in the UK. Okay, dapat 12 midnight Philippine time, nasubmit mo na. Why? Because we need time to like go over your submissions. Okay, especially if you bulk submit. Okay, so we need time to go over your submissions. Now we can say, yes, you can join us for the recruitment. Okay, if not, we'll help you. We'll say, I think you need extra help in this area. Let's work on that. Okay, or watch the replay again, and we'll guide you so that we can help you be ready for the next recruitment drive. Okay, how to submit. Over here, there. Not all homework, by the way, requires you to submit a file. Sometimes, especially yung sa Notion, ganyan, you do the work right here and there on the Notion sheet. So there's nothing for you to upload. Okay. Where were we? Okay. But in the instance where you are required to submit a file, then click here. Okay, click on that. You will be asked to choose a file. So let's say it has to do with, I forget na, ano pa bang mga homework dito? Let's say systemization. Upload the video recording. Are you scared yet, guys? Okay. Masaya naman yung mga homework, di ba? Record a video of you talking, okay? Tapos i-upload mo dito. Okay, upload mo dyan. Yan. Right, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I hope that was, I don't know, educational, instructive, ganyan. Let's see. Let's just click on participants. I'm gonna stop recording now, guys, by the way, or should I keep recording in case my questions? Okay, thank you, Angela, for the questions. Do you provide feedback on the homework submitted? Not always. Okay, sometimes you submit the homework and it looks fine and that's it. I just invite you to the recruitment drive. It means that whatever you submitted passed whatever, what's the term? Standards that we're trying to assess. Okay, that is to say, okay, correct answer. Sige, pasok. Right? If we feel like it needs commenting on, like this isn't the quality that we're after, or you forgot to do this, then we will let you know. Okay. Questions. Okay. Do I need to be a bachelor graduate to be a property VA? Good question. The quick answer is no, you don't. Angela, my VA, is still an undergraduate. What can happen, however, is that during the recruitment drives, the clients that I might invite, they might insist that you need to be a graduate. Okay. That's not a bad thing. You could say, they might say, oh, I was hoping to hire someone who was a graduate, but can I'd really like the work experience. Then you might be able to negotiate a lower salary, maybe just so you can have the experience. Okay. Question from Ling. I would love to know more about property VA? Is it possible to apply if ever I don't have any experience at all? Yes, that's why this training is here. So please complete the training and we'll find you work. Are there any tools that we need to learn in advance? Good question again. The only thing that I want you guys to know in advance okay, so here's the thing. You're all going to apply, for the most part, all of you will be applying for general admin. If the client has a specific skill set, like let's say video editing or whatever, that is what you put on your CV so that the client will go, I only want to interview someone with, a so-and-so specific skill set. But to be a general admin, I need every one of you to learn or to know how to use Excel, okay? I'm not going to teach you how to use Excel because that's like, I'm not an Excel instructor, okay? So hindi ako, that's not my business. So please, can you learn somewhere else? I just need you to be able to be comfortable enough to use Excel. You don't need to learn all the super features of Excel. Like, it would be helpful, but I don't think a client's going to ask you to create graphs and tables, for example, but a client may ask you to do some calculations on Excel. So you should be able to learn how to use formulas on Excel. What time usually does the work start? That depends. Usually it is flexible in that as long as you complete the work done, then you're good. Okay, so usually, so yes, that depends on the client. That's Ling's second question. Carmel, do you also have project-based jobs, i.e. payment is not based on number of hours worked? Okay, so when you work as a salaried VA, then you will get a monthly payment, okay, or a bi-monthly payment. That depends on the client, which means that if you're looking for project-based jobs, you shouldn't be looking for work through me. You should go find work on Upwork or Fiverr because you are concentrating on just one thing, okay? Let's say LinkedIn generation, yun lang yung gusto mong gawin. Then you might have to find work in Fiverr and Upwork. Do we need to wear a corporate top when we do the video recording? It can help. Wag lang magsando, ganun. Like, you don't have to be like super business suit, okay? How about with existing client? Can you still join? Yes, Chris, you can. Chris used to work for a client of mine before. Glad to see you here in the workshop. Yes, you can. So let's say right now you are already working for someone. Like, guys, this is, treat this, if this is not, if you already have work, but you want to like go through self-development, it's free, guys. There's no conditions. There's like, you have to then apply through property. I'd love for you to apply through property VA, but it's not a requirement. So if you're coming here just for self-development, sure, that's fine. Okay, how about undergraduate but with admin experience? Yes, you can. You're welcome, MJ. You can come along. And okay. What is this? Great, thank you. So Angela just posted here on Facebook, Excel Hub. They do like fantastic training on Excel. Again, Roxanne has invited me a couple of times to speak for Excel. I want to learn something new. Is it okay? Yes, Jen. I'd love for you to just join us anyway. Even if later on you can just, someone who might want to apply through me, then, even if you yourself did not find work through me, then at least you'll help someone else do it. Okay. Right. So guys, that is all. And if there's no more questions, then please expect an email from me to invite you to your VA board. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I really enjoyed today's session. I hope you did too. And I shall see you all on next week for next session. Same time, okay? Tingnan ko mamaya kung may nagla-login dyan ng ibang oras. Kasi sa Zoom, di ba, it tells you someone logged in before the allotted time. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you so much. I shall see you next week. Wonderful. Love you guys. Bye.